A family in Texas has two special reasons to give thanks on this holiday. Their twin babies are home after their Ukrainian surrogate mother had to flee the war, ultimately giving birth to the babies in Russia. With the help of the volunteer group Project DYNAMO, the parents flew from Texas to eastern Estonia to enter Russia and save their twins from a Russian state-run orphanage. These twins, born in September, arrived home 2 days ago. There they are, just in time for their very first Thanksgiving. Precious. I want to bring in the man who personally escorted mom and dad over the border to bring these babies home safely to the States. Brian Stern with Project DYNAMO. Welcome back to News Nation Live. Brian, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Oh, it's great to see you. So tell me about this reunion between mom and dad and these babies.
So we've Project DYNAMO, we've done a lot of these things. We have a program in Ukraine called Gemini, which is our surrogate baby program. We've done over 60 operations, which is like 70 babies because we have a lot of twins in there. Our first one that we did was Sasha, Lenny and Moisha Spector, which were twins that were born premature from Atlanta, Georgia. This reunion was a little bit different because this family has been fighting for their children for 3 months. They were born in September. We're in November. And for the last 3 months, they've been trying to get reunited with their children that were in Russia, not Ukraine, which added a different level of complexity for us.
What are the challenges with Russian authorities in trying to conduct a rescue like this?
It's different, right? We're Project DYNAMO. We've done 350 operations in different war zones and the hurricane, and we're used to cruise missiles and artillery and those kinds of problems. This is different. This is a geopolitical issue. The U.S. is not the most popular team in town right now in Russia, and because they were in a Russian state-run orphanage, that added a level of complexity and risk that is just different. Not better or worse, but it is different, as we see with the Brittany Griner case. Seemingly small infractions can result in catastrophic consequences. And that's the real risk proposition with this case.
Some people may be wondering, Brian, about the surrogate mother. Is she safe? What's her status?
I believe she is. I've actually never spoken to the surrogate mother. She gave birth in September. We've been on this case for about 2 weeks. So I believe she's safe. I have no reason to believe that she's not safe. But in reality, I'm not sure.
Is it getting more difficult to carry out these rescue missions? I mean, this one was in Russia, but even in Ukraine, as we watch the constant shelling happening as the war draws on.
All these operations are a challenge, be it Afghanistan, be it Hurricane Ian, be it Ukraine or Russian-occupied Ukraine, and now Russia. There's no such thing as a cookie-cutter operation for DYNAMO. We're not a bus service. We're not a taxi service. So each one of these cases is kind of unique and special in their own right. It's getting more difficult in the context of the dynamic nature of the war in Ukraine is part of it. And also, frankly, funding for us has decreased. We're a donor-funded organization, projectdynamo.org. We're running on fumes. The story is dying in the news, and we need people's help. We have more demand, not less demand, but less funding coming in. So we have multiple challenges that we have to deal with, both geopolitically, financially, and also just the actions on the ground.
ProjectDynamo.org if you want to help. Tell people about how your group formed, how you all got together.
We formed during the fall of Afghanistan in August 2021. I was a 9/11 first responder. I was in both collapses. I saw, like we all did, the Afghans falling from the landing gear. That made me upset. That made me angry. I got some friends together. We packed our stuff and we forward deployed to the northern border of Afghanistan before Kabul fell. Once Kabul fell is when our claws really came out. We did all kinds of operations, and we still do operations in Afghanistan. We did an operation in Afghanistan just a few weeks ago. Then we expanded into Ukraine, and then somewhere in there we did Hurricane Ian also. So we operate in what we call the gray space, which is the space where the U.S. government, for whatever reason, isn't, either because they left, like Afghanistan, or they're not there yet, like Hurricane Ian, or if they're not going to put boots on the ground at all, like Ukraine, or if because the geopolitical situation doesn't lend itself, like Russia.
Yeah, you all are doing incredible work. I'm glad you brought up Hurricane Ian, Brian, because Florida is your home state. You and I talked in the aftermath of that storm. It was just devastating what we've seen. Tell us what's happening there right now and what you want people to know.
uh, the Southwest Florida looks like a war zone. Again, that story has kind of died, but those houses are still flat. Those people are still homeless. It's gotten significantly better in the recent weeks, but the reality is that this is a years-long problem. It took 20 years to rebuild Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and 50 years to get Japan back on its feet. That's what South Florida is going to kind of. It's a very similar analogy. There's parts of it that look like it was bombed by the Russians. So it's going to take a long time, a lot of resources to get everyone where they need to be. And the state of Florida, Governor DeSantis, FEMA, Homeland Security, everyone is really piled onto it. But it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of resources to help these people.
Well, you all were the first on the ground helping in many of those rescues, and we are thankful for that. I'm thankful for your relentless mission in helping people, not just here in the U.S., but across the world, Brian. So that's what I'm thankful for. What are you thankful for this holiday?
I'm thankful for my team. My team came with me on this crazy adventure 15 months ago. We've done literally hundreds of operations from babies stuck in a Russian state-run orphanage to landing airplanes in Afghanistan. And I'm thankful for my team. I'm thankful that we're all safe. Thank God none of my teammates have been hurt or injured in a major way, at least. And I just couldn't be thankful enough that we're not. I'm proud to be an American. I'm thankful that we're Americans. And I tell everybody in our domestic issues that we have, the best way to love America is just to leave it for a little bit and realize what we have. And I'm really thankful for that.
Well, you are a blessing. Thank you for joining us on this Thanksgiving morning. Brian Stern with Project Dynamo, and really thrilled to be able to share that reunion of those little babies with their new family in Texas. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving and many blessings to you and all of your family.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you so much.
God bless.